getting a massage later together. I'll ask him about it. But what do you say?
I was in the high school production of Jesus Christ Superstar,
Oh, no kidding.
and I'm pretty sure I played Peter. I don't remember now. It was a long time ago. I'm pretty sure I played Peter.
The Rock, who I
Yeah,
build my church on.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna
Okay.
go with Peter. Just keep the role going.
Okay, I like it. I like it. All right, so here's a big story. Now, Aaron is famous for debunking Russiagate, so this is more of that. Um, Clinton campaign paid tech workers to dig up Trump-Russia connections, says a report. What? Huh? Hang on. Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign paid an internet company to infiltrate servers at Trump Tower and the White House in order to link Donald Trump to Russia, a bombshell new legal filing alleges. The Friday filing from the Department of Justice, that's Merrick Garland's Department of Justice, that's Joe Biden's Department of Justice. They tasked with investigating the origins of the FBI's Russia probe, served to throw cold water on Democrats' longstanding allegations of collusion, which means conspiracy. Special counsel John Durham filed a motion related to potential conflicts of interest in connection with the case of Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman, who is charged with lying to the feds, according to Fox News. Now, we already covered this story here once. I'll explain it to you. So this guy, Michael Sussman, he goes to the FBI on the being paid to do this by Hillary Clinton, and he tells the FBI a fake story that he has documentation and evidence that Alpha Bank, and which is a Russian bank, and Donald Trump's campaign are conspiring together to do nefarious stuff. That's a totally bogus thing that was made up. He was asked if he was working for at the behest of Hillary Clinton. When he did that, plant that false story at the FBI, he said he was not being paid by her. Later, we found out he billed her for his trip to the FBI where he planted that story. Okay? So that's Hillary Clinton's lawyer did that, planted a fake Russiagate story with the FBI, which is why he is now charged with the crime of lying to the feds. That came out of this Durham investigation. So he's investigating the Russiagate investigation, and he's finding out all the lies inside the Russiagate investigation. Okay. Now, we already know that people lied to the FISA court during the Russiagate investigation, and they got caught. Sussman allegedly told the FBI he was not working on behalf of the Clinton when he presented his evidence. Durham's motion reportedly alleged Sussman had assembled and conveyed the allegations to the FBI on behalf of at least two specific clients, including a technology executive, So they're referred to as Tech Executive One. Do you know who that is, Aaron?
Yeah, his name is Rodney Jaffe. He was planning on becoming Hillary Clinton's cybersecurity czar once she won the presidency in 2016.
And so that's who they're referring to. And so as Tech Executive One.
Yeah.
So Sussman was acting on behalf of Tech Executive One at a U.S.-based internet company, which is and the Clinton campaign. So he's doing the bidding of all these people. And this guy, Tech Executive One, wanted to get a spot in Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Exactly right.
And in her cabinet.
Yeah.
Or administration. Records show he repeatedly billed the Clinton campaign for his work with the Russia Bank allegations, which involved an investigation firm, a tech executive. In 2017, Sussman provided an updated set of allegations about then-President Trump's Russian connection to another government agency, the motion said.
And that agency, Jimmy, is the CIA.
Sussman provided an updated set of allegations about President Trump to the CIA. So he went to the FBI and the CIA pushing bogus Russiagate information. Among the accusations leveled at the time was that suspicious Department of National Security lookups by Russian-affiliated IP addresses demonstrated Trump and or his associates were using supposedly rare Russian-made wireless phones in the vicinity of the White House and other locations. Now, So what this alleges, could you explain that? Who
Yeah. So
looked at,
DNS, Jimmy, I love the acronym you just made up out of a whole class, but that's not what DNS means.
that's
It
not what it
means
means?
no, it means domain something something. I don't know. Whatever.
So
It doesn't
so
matter.
scratch that. I
Yeah,
made up
yeah.
DNS,
You made it up,
but it
but
was
it
good
makes
though.
sense.
Department of
Yeah, it
National
was
Security.
good. I
No one
liked
else
it.
would have known if you didn't say anything. Thanks for fucking blowing it for me. But go ahead.
So basically, this guy Jaffe had a contract with the government and to do some cyber stuff, and he used that contract to basically get access to data, including coming from the White House, that he could then use to make a case that there was some kind of Trump-Russia connection. And one of the things he alleged was that Russian-made wireless phones were being used in the vicinity of the White House. So I guess what he was trying to suggest there is that the Trump team was using Russian-made phones to communicate as part of their secret plot that they not only did on the campaign but brought into the administration. I mean, Durham doesn't explain what they were going for there, but that's what I'm drawing from.
Yes,
From
that's
that.
exactly it. But
Yeah.
what the important thing is that this guy used he was a contractor for the federal government, so he had access to look this stuff up inside the White House. So he's literally spying, using his access to spy on data to try to concoct some bullshit case about Trump and Russia and then present it to the CIA and the FBI. And so he was using his actual government insider connection to get this info on Trump and then present it as if it's proof of a conspiracy. And
That's what it looks like.
and so when Trump said they were spying on him, he was 100% correct. They were spying on him.
And he was mocked for saying that. And the FBI has tried to say, oh no, we weren't spying on the campaign. We just were targeting a few individuals, which happen to include every single person on the campaign.
Every single person.
Yeah. So it's, and this is new evidence of that. This now we haven't seen all the underlying evidence that Durham has, so I have to reserve final judgment until I see it. But this is what he contends here in this motion. And it's a very serious allegation to make. And guess what, Jimmy? No one who remember when Robert Mueller, if he had a new tie, that would be front page news,
Yes.
or if they found some innocuous email that meant nothing, that would be front. But try to find this being covered right now on MSNBC or in the New York Times. It's not happening.
This is not being covered. Well, the allegations relied in part on the purported DNS traffic. Now, we know DNS does not stand for Department of National Security. That tech executive one and others had assembled pertaining to Trump Tower, Donald Trump's New York apartment building, the EOP. What's the EOP?
I wonder if
Equal opportunity for people. I don't know what that means.
It should mean that. Maybe it means the executive office. Something. I don't know.
And the aforementioned healthcare provider. So there you go. Durham said his office found no support for these allegations, claiming the supposed evidence Sussman provided was incomplete and skewed or made up.
Exactly.
Trump said he was vindicated by Durham's filing in a Saturday evening statement, adding there was a time that Sussman's alleged crime would have been punishable by death.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but that sounds like Trump.
Funny. It is Trump. God damn it, Trump. Huh? The document provides indisputable evidence that my campaign and presidency were spied on by operatives paid by the Hillary Clinton campaign in an effort to develop a completely fabricated connection to Russia. Well, that seems to be 100% true. From the evidence, Kash Patel, who was chief investigator of the House's probe into Trump's alleged Russian ties, said in a statement that Durham's filings was definitive evidence that Clinton's campaign orchestrated a criminal enterprise to fabricate a connection between President Trump and Russia. Now, Kash Patel, who is he, a lawyer that worked for the House, or is he a congressman?
He is a lawyer by training. He used to work for the Obama DOJ, and then he went to work for the Republican House Intelligence Committee. And he's the one who basically discovered that the Clinton campaign paid for the Steele dossier.
Oh, no
He went after, because remember the Clinton campaign was denying that for over a year.
Yes.
And the reason they admitted it is because Kash Patel and his committee subpoenaed financial records that would have forced them to admit it. And that's when they came out, in late 2017 and admitted it. So Kash Patel, and I've interviewed him now a couple of times on Pushback. and he discovered a lot of really serious stuff, and that's why the U.S. media hates him. If you read media coverage of him, it's like he sounds like he's treated just with such contempt, but they hate him because he found stuff. He
Yes.
uncovered a lot of criminality. So, and he's right there. There was I think a criminal effort to fabricate a tie between Trump and Russia.
And I was going to let him, you could go ahead and change the way you spell your name from a K to a C. No one's going to be upset, but it'll make you look a lot cooler. That's just what I would switch it from a K to a C. Your Cash Patel. I'm fucking money, baby. Your money. All right. Former FBI lawyer Kevin Kleinsmith was the first person charged with making a false statement in connection with the Durham investigation. He pleaded guilty in 2020 to falsifying a document used by the FBI. So that's when he lied to the FISA court. They lied on a document, and so they could get that FISA, which means that they can then tap everybody's phone inside the Donald Trump campaign. That's what that meant.
Exactly. Kleinsmith basically hid from the FISA court that Carter Page, who the FBI was trying to spy on, that he was an operational contact for the CIA.
He hid that this guy was working for the CIA. He hid that from the court.
Yeah.
He hid that because if they had found that out, they probably wouldn't give the FISA. They would go, "What? He's your informant." So, and here's what Trump has to say about it.
The biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Donald Trump and William Barr promised that Durham would expose huge corruption, but he hasn't done that.
Is apparently an ongoing, concerted Republican and pro-Trump project to try to turn the investigation of the Russia scandal into some kind of scandal itself.
Oh, no. Okay, wait till the Dore report comes out. And then nothing happens, and they just move on to the next conspiracy theory. It is never going to end. And guess what? People who want to believe that BS are going to believe it.
So that's what the mainstream news media is saying about the Durham report. And what we're saying about the Durham report is they are uncovering the lies that got this Russiagate conspiracy theory started. And where did it come from? It came from the Clinton campaign. That's where it came from. This was all from the Clinton campaign. It was all concocted from Hillary Clinton and John Podesta. Okay.
Jimmy, that statement from Don Lemon is the most hypocritical thing I think I've ever heard. First of all, it's fallacious because he's mocking people who are saying, "Oh, just wait for the Durham report to come out."
It hasn't come out yet.
Hasn't come out yet. Hasn't come out yet. So what's he talking about? It's like about what he's saying is exactly what the Russiagate line was. Like, "Oh, don't worry, Mueller's going to find the conspiracy. Just wait. He's going to indict someone soon for for collusion." And that never happened. But just wait till the report comes out. Then we're going to find out. And the report came out. "Oh no, just wait till we get the redactions because it got redacted." I mean, he's projecting in a way I've never seen someone project before. He's describing himself and every single other Russiagate.
That's how they handled Russiagate. We would say, "How about some evidence?" "Oh, don't worry. Hey, wait till the Mueller report." Then Mueller report. That they did. When he was saying that, I'm like, wow, that everybody who was a Russiagator is doing unbelievable projection. From Cenk Uygur to Rachel Maddow to now Don Lemon. They are, or to Keith, certainly Keith Olbermann. They are the things they claim to hate. And here's what Glenn Greenwald says about it. He says the New York Times, CNN, and NBC Access flooded the zone every time Robert Mueller scratched his nose. They spent hours and hours deciphering his every sneeze. Actual criminal indictments from Durham of Hillary's lawyer or FBI operatives, crimes that created Russiagate, barely merit an article. So the concocting of this conspiracy that we're now peeling the onion away and finding the truth of how this got started, no one's talking about it. And the only time they do talk about it is to completely dismiss it as nothing. Isn't that interesting? Among the reason the media might want to cover the developments in John Durham's criminal probe of the fraudulent Alpha Bank story and the crimes committed to spread it, the Clinton 2016 official at the heart of it is now Joe Biden's national security advisor in charge of Ukraine, Jake Sullivan, sorry. So there it is. God bless America. And Here's another guy. Here's Eric Bullard, who's a paid propagandist liar. He says the fact that Garland, meaning Merrick Garland, who's the head of the Justice Department, allows idiotic Durham investigation to continue and fails to prosecute Trump really says it all. What does it say, Eric? Are you saying that now Joe Biden and Merrick Garland are working for Russia? What are you saying? Because that's what it sounds. What does it say? You say it says it all. It says it all what? That they're working for Russia too? What are you saying it says? He doesn't know what it says because David Brock hasn't told him what to say yet. But David Brock will send him an email with a check, and then Eric Boiler will know what to say. What a fucking moron. Could you believe? He got 5,000. So these are people who just want Trump prosecuted, and now they're turning on Merrick Garland and Joe Biden over it. There's the evidence is the other way. This guy's everything he claims to hate. He is worse than Sean Hannity.